So just so you both know, we are live, and they've been able to hear you for 5 seconds now. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hmm. Yeah. It's in one of the settings. I don't remember. Somebody's watching. So nobody can hear you right now. Ah, I apparently look crazy to anybody who's watching this. And somebody was watching too, which is the sad part. Ah. Why'd you leave? Yeah. You doing a thing? Hmm.
Yeah, I hate my own voice too. I hate hearing myself. It bothers me.
uh,
As soon as I loaded back into the broadcast, I heard my voice.
Sad face.
Small but nasty.
I heard you. Stop shooting my shots. No, the zombie or the Zed.
Wow, that aim was super off though. You may have heard him, but
They've got a very
you
forgiving.
potatoed like a son of a.
They have a very forgiving hitbox in this game. Fucking hi there. How you doing? Sit down. I said sit down. You dick.
Nicely done. You got out unscathed. Très bien.
They don't have a forgiving hitbox in Fortnite.
No.
Not at all.
Probably not.
Because their aim is based on bloom. So you can, if you're aiming at them, like say like a quarter of your ridicule is off of their body. While you shoot, your shot can hit anywhere within that ridicule. So you have 3/4 of a chance to hit them, but you still have 1/4 of a chance to miss them, even if that's your first shot on them. Although more often than not, first shot accuracy takes place.
Are you both watching?
Break time's over.
Yeah.
Back to work. More
Yas,
Zeds
Queen
inbound.
Slay.
You'd have to mute him in party, and then you'd only be able to respond to what he says, what you hear him say through the broadcast, which would be delayed. So Kevin, you'd have to be patient for our responses. There is no way to do that, so far as I know.
Alrighty then. I missed. Yeah, you want to get that smack in? Pop goes the weasel, bitch. Shut up. Mind your business. Shut up. Go to sleep. Sit down. Shut up and eat your dinner.
Mean little bastard.
No.
You talk about the zombies.
Get to the indicated pod for resupply.
If they were eating dinner this late, I'd be
You're
surprised.
untouchable out there.
You
I'm
kidding?
impressed.
If it's like 10 o'clock, my dad's in bed already.
That's like Richard too. He goes to bed. He's usually to bed by 10.
Neat. I love how I'm nodding in game too. Mm-hmm.
Buy more ammo.
Yes. Indubitably.
Now I see the nod.
Indubitably, yes. Yes. Quite right.
Oh man.
All Zeds on the scope.
Dad usually only stays up later on the weekends, but even that's kind of questionable at times.
Mhm.
He's been staying up later though to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with Mom.
Ow.
It's cool. You'll hear me repeat certain words a lot too, like indeed.
Indeed, indubitably.
Indeed.
Yes,
Oh, shit.
indeed, quite right.
Now finish the job.
Invisibitch. Sit down. Sit down.
I keep talking to these creatures like I'm the one who's fighting them or something. She is roundhouse kicking the fuck out of you.
Yeah,
Holy
she
shit.
is. Hello there, Mr. Fire Guy. How do you do? A lot of crawlers. Oh shit. No. No. Oh shit.
Isn't there a part on this map with a swing set that you can turn on and make them get wrecked?
Yes. You mean this thing?
That stuff still work.
I will wait to see it because it is not there yet. But I see you. Yeah, there you go.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you need to watch out. It doesn't just wreck them; it wrecks you too.
Oh, we got somebody else here. I have no idea who it is. Hello. This dude
No, but
just
you can
got
type to them.
tossed. Oh, I'm sorry. Poor bastard.
You got out unscathed.
I'm kind of tempted to let myself get hit.
Your armor's falling to pieces. Get fixed.
My armor's falling to
You
pieces.
too. You said, "Hey." Yeah, you gotta be out of full screen to see it.
You need ammo. That's it.
I guess I'll just run these. Well, they left, so...
Oh, they left, bastards.
Dick. Or bitch. As we just sat there and called them an asshole dick bitch.
They had already left at that point.
They'll never know. Run away and
Echo
also
just
jump.
scared the ever-living shit out of me.
Zeds are getting
Uh-oh.
closer.
My daughter, Echo.
I'll never eat black pudding again.
My niece.
Thank you. She like stretched and went. I was like, oh my god.
Make a difference.
I have a son and a daughter. My son's 8. My daughter's 2, about to be 3.
They are sweetie pies.
Darian Kane and Echo Marie Martel. Echo Marie Rose. Darian Kane.
Citizen Kane.
I wanted something that was different for my kids. It's not, Kane isn't spelled the normal way either. It's C-A-Y-N-E. Are you okay, Peanut?
Mean little bastard. Look out! Good stuff. Sweet little bullet holes.
She is.
Most of the time. I mean, I always care, but sometimes they get so annoying that I don't give a shit anymore. Get away from me. Leave me alone.
Survived without a
Who gave
scratch.
birth to you?
You are one very slippery mech. I approve.
Over here.
People are probably listening to me talk to myself or something. They're like, what the fuck is this guy
No, they
talking
hear
about?"
me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, we're talking to a ghost.
Who are we talking to? You'll never know. Find out next time.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
More sets on the
Dragon,
way.
dragon, rock the dragon.
Alright, I may have a baritone voice,
They knew how to build
but I can't do all that shit. Sorry.
Maintain the Earth's security.
Ooh,
I
it's
said I may have a
thing.
baritone voice, but I can't do all that shit.
She loves that. Wow.
It's got some kind of cloaking tech.
Well, there's alto, soprano, and baritone, and I was baritone because I can get alto and soprano notes. If you feel like you can get lower notes pretty well, as higher notes pretty well, then you're probably baritone. If you're alto, that means you get mostly, you can hit the low notes really well, but not the high notes. Soprano is high notes.
Ow.
I used to be in chorus when I was in school. I was really into singing. At one point in my life, I wanted to be a singer, but then I realized that that meant that everybody would be in my life, and no, fuck that.
Reloading.
Oh, there's a, what the hell? There was a
Mean
second
little
one.
bastard.
Oh my Jesus. Alright. Ow.
Look out! Chainsaw!
God damn it. What the fuck? I said, get stunned.
Very solid performance.
Thank you.
You're a real survivor. Good for you.
A doobie 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 doo pop.
Me? 27. I'm 4 years older than Kevin. That's okay, for the longest time my mom kept telling me that I was 5 years older than Kevin. And then when I did that math while we were in a party one day, he was like, no, I'm blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, mom was wrong.
Kind of great. Kind of great. Bring in the... Aw.
Speaking of, what did you do for your 21st birthday, Kevin?
I went to the bar with my dad and had a drink, and it was disgusting.
What kind of drink?
I had a rum and coke, and it was absolutely disgusting.
More Zeds inbound.
Depends on how it's mixed too. If it was too strong, it probably would have been too much for you if you haven't really drank much before.
What?
That stuff still work.
I
But,
had a rum and coke on Thanksgiving at my grandmother's house. I did like 3 maybe 4 fingers of Captain, and it was a solo cup though. And then I filled the rest of it with coke.
Are you serious? Is that already a scrape?
I don't drink all that often, but when I do drink, I drink to get a. And I only wanted to have 1 drink while I was at my grandmother's house because it was so alcohol. So I was like, I don't want to like overdo it here, so I'm gonna make myself 1 drink, and that's it.
Get me with the trigger finger.
I've never tried a Bloody Mary just because I'm not big on tomato juice. Fair enough. That's okay. I was thoroughly displeased when I found out that, what is it, the fucking Long Island iced tea. That's what I was talking about. I was displeased when I found out that that had no tea in it.
Mean little bastard.
Somebody left.
It depends on how they're made. It depends on how they're made, though, because if they're made with the right measurements of each one, then they can taste pretty good. But yeah, a lot of times they're made way too strong.
Small but nasty.
Yeah. I think I've only had 1 that was decent. Also, Kevin, since you haven't drank much in your life, I would suggest trying something like a mixed drink. Like, if you
I've tried
like
a few.
tea, Mike's Hard Lemonade, not Mike's Hard Lemonade, Twisted Teas are pretty good. Mike's Hard if you like lemonade. I've never tried Angry Orchard, but there's another one called Not Your Father's. There's Not Your Father's root beers, and there's a Mountain Dew
Yeah.
flavor, and there's like an orange flavor and stuff
I've-
like that.
I've
and
tried
they
all
usually
of
taste
those, and
pretty
they're-
much like their soda.
I've tried those, and I'm not big on them.
I used to tell Sophie these places
Oh.
weren't real.
I started with vodka, so it's not much.
I'm in
now.
the box of shame.
Make your choices. Hurry up. Zeds are getting closer.
Ugh.
Port's closed. Go make a difference.
Ever since having kids, alcohol doesn't sit well with me anymore, so I have to like be in the mood to drink.
Yeah, I'm just not big into alcohol, which I'm very thankful for in some regards.
I mean, I'm not either. Even when I did drink as a kid, you know, it was only on the weekends. I partied with my friends after work on the weekends after a week long of work. Because my first job I got it at 16. So I'd work, I'd go to school. On the weekends, I'd party with my friends, and even then, like, even as a teenager, I never really got trashed. The only time I ever got trashed was after my cousin Bootsy passed away. And it wasn't until, like, months after he had passed away, I never really grieved. So, a couple months after he passed away, I got fucking smashed. I drank, like, 2 liters of hard alcohol to my face, and then, like, a 40-ounce of a beer. Like 3/4 of that, and then I decided to wander the streets of Stafford, like drunk out of my mind. I was so trash. That was the first time in my life I had ever been that hammered. Because even as a teenager, I didn't drink to get drunk. I drank to just chill and get buzzed and hang out with my friends. And I was the one that was still sober enough at the end of the night to walk my friends home and make sure they got there safe, shit like that. I am more of a stoner than anything else. Like, I've tried different drugs, I'll be honest. Like, hard drugs and all that too, but honestly, I just prefer to smoke weed.
I actually tried my first little bit of weed not long ago.
Ah, snap. And it also depends on what you try too. Like CBD oils are different than anything, and they're not illegal. They do not show up in urine testing because they aren't illegal and they don't have THC. Wax is different. Like it's completely different. Like that's something that will. It's slow to take effect, but once you start to feel it, it will knock you on your ass. Oils are a lot smoother and a lot cleaner, and they get you high a lot faster because they have more. They have a much higher THC content than the flower itself. Baked goods are slower, and they're usually more of a body high. So, like I said, it all depends on how you do it.
Right.
I've never actually done a vaporizer, so I wouldn't know how that works. I've also never tried CBD oils, but from what I'm told, they're more of like a body, and not mind in the sense of like, whoa, I'm high, but like relaxing kind of. I've been smoking since I was 12. I know too much about that. Oh, it's hilarious when I meet somebody new, especially a guy that smokes, and they'll be like, I'll say something about smoking a Dutch, and they'll be like, I don't know how to roll, and I'm like, I do. And they're like, oh, really? Well, I've been smoking for 15 fucking years, I hope so. I love my bong. My bong is my favorite. I don't like smoking Dutches by myself because I feel like it's wasted weed, because I don't like having to sit there and just continue to take hits after hit after hit, because I have asthma. I need to take a break every once in a while. So with my bong, I can just take a hit, put it down for a few minutes, take a hit, put it down for a few minutes, like, and I'm not like burning off the weed. With a Dutch, it just continues burning if you put it down. It's funny though, because I can roll Dutches like a boss. You asked me to roll a joint though, and that's, I mean, I can roll a joint, but it's not going to be as pretty as my Dutches. Cigar wraps. Which, it's funny though, because most people have it, it's the opposite for them. Like, they can roll joints, but they're not very good at rolling Dutches because they're bigger. I don't know. For me, it's the opposite. I think it's the paper, because the paper, when rolling a joint, the paper is a lot slipperier than a Dutch, because the Dutch has a lot more texture to it.
That stuff still work?
That stuff still work as I fucking turned on the power and also used a couple of the things in here.
It's probably a good thing Kim and Dave can't hear me right now.
Yeah.
I just realized that.
But if they know it, I think they've seen my YouTube channel, so you might have to watch out for that.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, what up? That's what this is going to.
Yeah, that's what he's broadcasting it on. If you look in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you can see where they're broadcasting it to. This is to YouTube. If it's to Twitch, it'll have Twitch.
Box of shame.
Zeds are getting closer.
I have actually never tried smoking a hookah. But I have been told that smoking weed out of a hookah is honestly a huge waste. Because in able to smoke a hookah, you put the tobacco leaf is what most people smoke out of it, or on the occasions that somebody makes the mistake of smoking pot out of it, you put the bud in the top, and then there's this coal that you put on top that helps to burn it, so you don't have to keep lighting it. And when it comes to the bud, it would just sit there and continue burning it even when you're not smoking. I mean, it does the same thing with tobacco, but tobacco is not that big of a deal. I mean, it's a lot cheaper to buy tobacco in abundance than it is to buy pot.
Now finish the job. Allez.
But I've never tried it for either.
Get me with the trigger finger.
I mostly just smoke out of my bong or my bowl, just because I mostly smoke by myself, so I feel like it's less of a waste if I smoke out of a piece than it is if I smoke a joint or a blunt. If I'm smoking with somebody, I'll roll something up on occasions. My dad smokes pot, so if I'm here and I have weed, I will smoke with my dad.
Practice.
Yeah, my dad. It is Kevin's dad, but not his adoptive dad.
He's my dad.
I say my dad just because he has parents. I mean, I don't like to undermine his parental relationship between Kim and Dave. I mean,
Yes.
yes. No, Davis is adoptive father. Richard is his biological father. Dave is his adoptive. Like, I would never expect Kevin to call our parents mom and dad because he didn't grow up with them and he didn't learn until later on in life that they were his parents. So, I mean, it would kind of be unfair to expect that of him.
Didn't stand a
Well,
chance.
you'd be surprised. When
Fair.
I have come over, I have addressed Billy Rose and Richard as mom and dad, and Kim and Dave
Fair enough.
as Kim and Dave.
Well, yeah, yeah, but you're also not right there.
Right.
I mean, your parents aren't right there.
Right. What are you trying to say there, huh? Trying to start a fight or something? You want to go? You want to
No. I'm just trying to say, you know. But I mean, I know for a fact that after your last visit here,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you feel about them, so.
Don't get me wrong, I still love everybody. It's just, it was just very uncomfortable last time. I ended up feeling like,
That's okay, I told you it had started getting better. Well, guess what? It's getting worse again.
oh good.
I'm going home.
It just, like, the best way I can explain it is I just ended up feeling like ammo. I felt like you and Roger were using me for your arguments, and Mom and Dad were using them using me as ammunition for their arguments, and it was just kind of like, guys, leave me out of it. I know I'm your son, but I don't know what's going on with the family. I don't need to be part of the family drama here.
Yeah. Well, no, the only reason that you were brought into the conversation on my part was because they were giving me a hard time about the fact that you were staying at my house, and I was like, it's not like I purposely made this choice to screw you guys over. Like, he asked if he could spend the night at my house.
In fact, I me or her? No, I live with my adopted
No,
parents.
he had come. Yeah, he had come for a visit a couple years ago when he first met my daughter. Speaking of, I was looking at the picture of you holding her. She was such a peanut.
You missed that, huh?
I do. Anyways, but yeah. And when he had come for that visit, he had asked to spend the night at my house so that he could spend some more time with his niece and spend some time with me and hang out for a little bit, because he was finding out more and more that we had in common, like gaming and stuff like that. And my parents got all kinds of butthurt and salty about it, like, oh, well, you could spend the night here and hang out with us some more. We haven't seen him in a while either, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well...
Well, here's how I was thinking of it. Because keep in mind, it takes me an hour to get down, or to get up to where they live from where in Connecticut I used to live. So...
Yeah. And
so
my place is closer.
And her place is slightly closer. But we weren't going to be able to make it down to my Billy Rose and Richard's place with enough time left over that I'd be able to stay for long enough. So I was like, why don't I spend the night here at Crystal's house? That way you guys get more time tomorrow to see me, and you know, we're not rushing things just for the sake of me being able to get in. And it just kind of got into this place where it just ended up feeling used as ammo.
Yeah, well, I mean, when it comes to mom and dad and me, they'll use anything they can to try and make me feel like shit, or belittle me in any way.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Like I said, recently things have gotten bad again, and the biggest problem is that they don't like that I try to be a parent to Darian, but he's my fucking son, so sorry, but even if he doesn't view me as his mother, I'm still his mom, and he doesn't respect the things that I say to him, whether it be as a mother or as an adult in general. And lately he's been acting really disrespectful and rude, and so I told Mom that we should let him open his presents on Christmas, but then force him to earn them by treating us with respect for like a week-long period of time. If he can treat us with respect, then he can get one of his gifts at the end of the week, type of thing.
Which seems fair.
For the first few days after Christmas, he would earn them by cleaning his room. And then after like 5 days after Christmas, my mother was just like, just take him into his room. So how is he going to learn how to be respectful to adults and follow rules?
Come out, little pigs.
He's 8. No, he's just spoiled rotten because my dad lets him have whatever he wants all the time, and my mom, she's ill. She has multiple sclerosis, and she recently had a stroke last year. Well, now 2 years ago, because it was on the 27th of December in 2017. So she sleeps a lot. She's not always paying attention to what's going on around the house. My dad doesn't like confrontation, so he doesn't confront my son when my son's doing something wrong. And then when she is up, she doesn't like to be fighting all the time. She doesn't like to have to yell at him, so she just lets certain things go. And then I'm the asshole because I don't let things go. he's been bullying his sister lately and purposely instigating her into doing things that he knows she'll get in trouble for, or that he'll get in trouble for, or what have you. And then I'm the asshole for saying something to them. Just let them be kids. Well, there's one thing about being kids than it is about bullying each other. Like, when I pushed my brother out a window, right.
Mm. And that's 35 minutes. Feels good, man. Took half an hour for that one game. Yep.
Yeah.
16.
That's nuts. I haven't been on Dead by Daylight in a few days. I think I might jump on real quick and check my dailies.
I was actually gonna.
Daily challenges for Dead by Daylight.
I was gonna hop on with you at some point if you wanna do that still.
If you want to hop on with me, now would be the time, because after I'm done with this, I gotta go my ass to bed. I got shit to do tomorrow.
Alright, well then. Yeah. So let me exit this lobby. Wrap up the stream. That's the plan. Alrighty. I wonder who that mystery third person was, though. They never said anything. They just stopped in like twice and left. Yeah, no.